In this next clip is Alex Jones of InfoWars talking about chemicals that makes women masculine, bossy and everything, and makes men feminine, like women. Take a listen to.
All the late night comics attack me and say, Jones is crazy. He says there's chemicals in the water making people gay. That was just the end of me showing a BBC article about the plan for a, quote, gay bomb to bomb Iraq with chemicals to basically feminize the men. And then I was showing studies about how these different chemicals, particularly these endocrine disruptors, make women go into puberty. Now the average age is like 9, used to be 13. And that's hyper-aging them and increasing the breast cancer off the scales. They admit it does that. Just the glyphosate alone. God, atrazine is even worse. And then it makes the women basically become like troll-like creatures. And then it makes the boys these spindly, effeminate creatures. And you add soy on top of that. It just goes on and on. And you can look at the studies. I talked about this like 10 years ago. Late night comics attacked it. Jones says men's penises are smaller. Look up the studies. In any country that has these, there's only a few that do it like we do. I mean, it's disappearing your male organs. On the current trajectory, very soon, a large portion of, quote, baby males, infant males, basically won't have a penis. It'll just be a hole. The testicles will never develop and drop. That's the chemicals. So it's no laughing matter. So I spent an hour showing documents and having scientists on that I make one comment about, I'm not attacking gay people. If somebody's a man attracted to a man and they're not going after kids, whatever, that you do that in your bedroom. I'm a libertarian. I'm not attacking you. And so I said, I'm not mad at gay people in general, and I started slapping their thing. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay, and that's what they took out from an hour of me showing documents to make it a joke. White genocide and male extinction is rhetoric of endocrine disruption. So this is all happening to black people, white people, everybody, our women, our children, our boys. And so the left comes out and says, it's a racist thing to not want the chemicals. Remember David Hogg, now co-chair of the DMC? Said, Alex Jones doesn't like these chemicals. They're making frogs gay. I think it's great to have gay frogs. He actually, yeah. But they're like, well, that doesn't really work to say we want the frogs gay because then there's no frogs. They die. Well, let's just say it's white supremacist. That's their answer to everything. Because they can't respond to that they're doing it. Decades ago, they're attacking me, spotlighting this huge issue. And now Robert F. Kennedy, for decades, has been talking about it. He was one of my sources back then, environmental lawyer. That's real environmentalism, to outlaw chemicals that literally destroy wildlife, including us. But see, the globalists see free people as wildlife. They see us as feral humans. And what do you do with feral hogs? You get rid of them. That's what the globalist project is. You're being eradicated like a beetle eradication program. To make way for their world, their system. And Kennedy said every morning, the last 30 years, gets on his knees and says, God, put me in a position to save the children. We have the sickest, most diseased children by a long shot, by light years here. South Korea is a close second because they do all the same crap. Yeah, gay frogs. Why the alt-right likes Kennedy. So let me get to the thing. See, that's just one clip. There's a couple clips of Trump talking about our kids and how they're coming for him and how he looks at them and says, leave our kids alone, the Democrats. And he didn't troll them, as people say. He annihilated them. He called them out to their faces for all the horrible things they've done. Yep, atrazine induces complete feminization and chemical castration of male African clawed frogs. And if you don't, and that's any frog study they do, There's literally thousands of them. So if you don't want to have the frogs all die, because whatever it does to their brain development in the embryo, it gets into the egg, it gets fertilized in the pond, and then it makes the frogs, it's a spectrum. Some of the frogs have a vagina and the male organ. That's certain, you look it up, certain percentages. And then the majority, though, are just bent and are infertile, and a bunch are deformed. And then a large percentage of them have male genitals, but only hump and try to fertilize other males. We can show you, gay frog sex. Ha ha ha! It's so funny. No, it's not funny, David Hogg. It's not great. I love gay frogs. What he loves is death. You can look it up. He said it on C-SPAN. He said it twice, actually. He goes, Alex, I'm not supposed to say his name. You know the guy who says the frogs are gay. Well, I think gay frogs are great. Says the son of a globalist FBI agent, and his mother, the PR firm operative, now the co-chair of the DNC.
I know that clip there is over a year old, but no one has ever talked about this, or what the chemicals are doing to men and what they're doing to women, and this is the reason why they're butting heads. I just thought I'd put it out there for y'all to see. But on this next clip is the Frank Files, and it's about supposedly the reincarnation cycle has been broken. So let's hear what he's got to say.
So the reincarnation cycle has been partially broken. So the reincarnation cycle has been partially broken. And I wanted to put this up because it's I've been making videos on it about the reincarnation cycle for a few years now, and what's been going on, and the different dimensions, the 2 death dimensions and all this crazy shit. But I want to let people know now that one of the death dimensions is free. And it has been broken out of this cycle. And this is some pretty crazy news. And I've mentioned this before, but I wanted to make a video on it explaining what I understand, what happened, and what's going on. So there are 2 death dimensions. One where people die of natural causes, or they get murdered, or accident happens and they die. They would end up going to this one dimension, one death dimension. And then there's another death dimension. And the other one is where people commit suicide, or they're doing some sort of sacrificial death where, they go into the army and they go to war and they're fighting and they die that way. And that's more of a sacrifice death, right? Or, of course, people that commit suicide bombers, crazy shit like that, or people that, just try to kill themselves. They go to this other place. This was set up by the interdimensional beings. And what had happened was, because this battle has been going on for quite some time, the battle has been won in that first death dimension. So people that are passing away now, from what I heard, are going into the battle. And they're going in to help break this prison free. So this is great news. This is awesome. And if you're first time hearing about this, go check out my videos, man. This is some crazy shit, and I talk about crazy shit. And this information I got not too long ago, but I needed to confirm it. And yes, everything that I've been hearing is the people that are passing on the natural way, they're getting out. of this reincarnation cycle now, and they're going into the battle. And this is amazing. This is such good news, and it's overwhelming, which means that, you know, a lot of people are being taken out of this horrible trap. But they're going into the battle with the one and the good guys, the real creator, and not this bullshit Bible crap that you hear about on this planet with any religion. That's all BS. So, yeah, this is some cool news. I wanted to get this video out there and share it and let everybody know that follows me that this is what's going on now. And finally, some good news.
Well, that he's saying that this is only for the people that are dying naturally. So if you're committing a suicide or anything else, if you go somewhere where they will electronically terminate you or something like that, if it's not natural, you will still be stuck in the system. And the thing is, I do agree with it because I've heard about this. Can't tell you how, but I do know about this, and it's true. That will die naturally, natural circumstances, will be able to get out of this trap. And it also helps when you say mantras and affirmations to yourself before you go to sleep. That also helps to put you back where you belong. So the next clip here is with Marcus Taylor. He is talking about the White House. There was a shooting at the White House.
This shit gotta be a joke. They just had another shooting at the White House. Check out the words. Another shooting. Didn't this same story happen about a month ago? So you mean to tell me people really don't even think no more? They just go up to the White House and let off shots? You do know they have Secret Service. To do something like this is kind of like a death wish. It could be two things. Someone have a mental illness, or it's another stage. I don't think I ever remember hearing stories like this before. Back to back. Something's not right. The people that control this world, they lost all credibility. Nobody believe them. This is really the story of the boy who cried wolf. And their acting is so bad. Their storylines so played out. But you know what's really messed up? What if there really were shooters? We're not going to believe them. They speak about aliens. Nobody believe them. When they come out and tell people about the Epstein files, nobody believe them. I'm trying to find out, how are they world leaders? Wait. How do you control a country when the people don't even believe you? So I don't know if this shit is all stage. I don't know if it's real. But the problem is, nobody gives a shit no more. So if they do tell you the truth, it's a lie. And if they do lie to you, it's the truth. I watched a reporter say the White House is in quarantine. When I heard the word quarantine, I started thinking about 2020. Just connect the dots. If they are putting out stories like this about people actually walking up to the White House to let off shots, That means people can't be controlled. And when you can't be controlled, what do they do to you? But I have a question for you. Is this shit real or is it a stage?
So what do y'all think? Y'all think it's AI? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's another stage event to fearmonger, to make people angry? One thing I do know, your votes don't mean anything. They really don't. They're the ones that choose. The higher bloodlines choose who to be out there. They just play the game because they can play you. And you fall for it. So, let me know what you think about it. But on the next clip, another one of Marcus Taylor. And this is about the president doesn't care about your financial situation. Billionaires don't care about anything about you. Why would you sit there and think they do? What makes you think that they will save you? You see everything that's going on? You see what they're doing? All the disclosure, even though it's a little tweaked, a little bit of lies leaked in there, you can read between the lines if you're smart enough. They don't care about you. They don't. Have a listen to.
Trump just said he don't care about the American people financial situation. And guess what? The American people mad at him. Really? I guess y'all don't get it yet. If you still believe these people care about your health, your money, where you live at, what you eat, or you stress, you lost. They don't care. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. Question 1. Why do you think these people care about you? They are billionaires. This is not a country. It's a corporation. So when you work for a corporation, what can the president do? He can fire you. Remember his TV show? You're fired. Business, 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 business. Oh, I get it. Y'all want these people to hold your hands and walk with you through the park. You want them to sit down and have a real conversation about life. It don't work that way. A real leader in a real country is supposed to make sure that their people are living well. Food prices low, mortgage prices low, rent prices low, food, gas, oil, everything low. But it's not like that in this country. Everything is high. That's because they're trying to squeeze every piece of energy or life force from you. So when these people say we don't give a shit about the American people, how they pay their rent, how they pay their bills, you shouldn't get mad. You should really step back and say, shh, I get it now. Why did I vote for these people? Everything is a repeated cycle. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go ask your grandmom or your great-great-grandmom, how was it when they was growing up? I guarantee they say, it was the same, baby. They just had different faces, different names, but it was the same policy. Exactly.
Same script being repeated. Different people, different places, different situations. But it's the same shit. Pay attention if you're going to be staring at the screen. But on the next clip, another one of Marcus Taylor. And he's talking about the deception of how nothing is free. We gotta work for everything.
It's nothing free in the universe. We have to work for everything. If you're a spiritual person, you have to work to keep your spiritual knowledge. If you're a religious person, you have to work to keep your faith in God. I don't care what you do in this life. You can only get better at it if you work on it. If you do massages, hair, Reiki, meditation, reading, writing. If you make videos, the only way you can keep it, you have to work on it. It's the same thing when it comes to chosen people. The universe ain't gonna say, well, I like the way you look. I like the way you dress. Here, you a chosen one. Shit don't work like that. And if you think about it, it don't even make sense. When you look around at the world, we all had a potential to be a chosen one. But people don't act on it. They think life is supposed to give them anything. Life don't happen to you. You happen to life. Life only move when you move. For example, go look in the mirror. If you frown, your reflection will frown. If you smile, your reflection will smile. But you had to make the action, or you had to work on it. Just look at all the governments around the world. They've been working on deceiving us for thousands of years. And guess what? They got really good at it. So just imagine if we work on spirituality for thousands of years, we can take back our system. Yes, it was really our system, but they corrupted it. You know how a virus getting your phone, it corrupts everything. The people that control this world represents the virus, and that virus work overtime. And while we sit back and sleep like someone's gonna come and save us. But check this out. People been working for hundreds of years for someone to come and save them. So you work pretty hard for a savior, and that savior will come, but it won't be the savior you want it to be. It will be the system of the virus, the great deception. If you were chosen one, walk like one, talk like one, move like one. It's not easy being the chosen one, but I notice it's becoming a trend. There's so many people that never did no spiritual work, never had no real spiritual alien contact, never did no shadow work, never did nothing to heal themselves, but they see that it's a trending topic on the internet. So guess what? They had chosen one. No. This shit don't work like that. Spirituality is becoming the new religion. There's so many Christians that never read no Bibles. There's so many spiritual people that never had no spiritual contacts, no spiritual awakenings.
Yep. Procrastination, laziness, distractions of all kinds, eye candy. It's not going to get you nowhere. It really isn't. You're not growing. You're not getting where you need to be. That's just the way it is. Sometimes you just got to break away from things. Be disciplined. And do the work. It's a lonely road, I know. But hey, I'd rather be where I am now than being where I was before. I don't even recognize that person anymore. I don't even know who that person was. So I'm very happy in the space and in the level that I'm on. Very happy. You should try. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. And hopefully these videos helped in some way, shape, or form into advancing your knowledge and giving you motivation to do something. So, until the next one, see ya.